state of motion, effects of force. A force can change the state of motion. In that, we'll discuss force can change the state of rest, force can change the state of motion, force can change direction of motion, force can change the shape of an object. Okay, let us take first, what do you mean by state of motion? So, for example, let us take this picture. Let us observe this. So Tom and Jerry, in the first picture, both are moving. They are in the motion. So Tom is chasing the Jerry. The second one, the Tom is resting. So it's not moving. So its speed is 0. Alright. Now, let us take the second one. Here, the footballer is holding the football. He's just holding it. That means the football is not moving with respect to its surrounding. Means the meaning is it's not changing its position with respect to its immediate fixed surrounding. Immediate fixed surrounding is the ground, football ground. So it is not moving with respect to the ground. That means it is at the rest position. It's a that is the meaning of state of rest. In the right side, the footballer is kicking that football. Kicking the football means the football is changing its position with respect to its immediate surrounding. That means immediate surrounding, its ground. It is changing its position. That means it is having a speed. So when the object is a state of rest, speed is 0. When the object is a state of motion, the speed is not equal to 0. Right? Now, what can we conclude? The state of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of motion. The state of rest is considered to be a state of 0 speed. An object may be at rest or in motion. Both are its state of motion. Both. That means state of rest is also a state of motion we call, and state of motion is also we call it as state of motion. Okay, let us take effects of force. The first one is force can change the speed of an object. Will you agree with this? Did you come across any this kind of examples in your day-to-day life? Yes. Force can change the speed of an object. Let us take this simple example. The boy is continuously pushing the tire. He is pushing with a stick. This means he is applying the force continuously. Then obviously the tire goes on increasing its speed. So as fast as he pushes that tire, so its speed goes on increasing. That means the force can change the speed of an object. Means now in this case the force is increasing the speed. Let us take the second one. Here the cyclist uses a bigger force to pedal his bicycle and he increases its speed. Yes, he goes with it. If he apply more force on a pedal, so obviously the cycle will move with an increase in its speed. Right? Now, can the force can decrease the speed of an object? Did you have come across any examples like that? So for example, let us take these three pictures. In the first case, the goalkeeper is catching the football. That means he is stopping the goal. When he's stopping the goal, so he will catch the football. That means the football is coming with very speed. And when he catches it, speed becomes 0. That means the speed is decreasing here. Similarly, in the second one, the player is holding the hockey stick and trying to stop the ball first. So trying to stop the ball means, so the ball speed is decreasing because of hockey stick. Hockey stick, she is holding it and trying to push. So in the third example, the fielder in the cricket field, so is trying to stop the ball. Stop the ball means the speed is decreasing. So in all these three cases, the ball speed is decreasing. Right? By applying the force. That means the force can change the speed of an object. It can increase the speed of an object. It can decrease the speed of an object. Okay. Let us see. Can the force can change the direction of an object? Can direction object can be changed using the application of force? So can you recall any examples like that in your day-to-day life and when you are playing any game? Yes, obviously. So most of you like the cricket. So in the cricket, the batsman will hit the ball in a different directions. So means but hitting is nothing but pushing. So that means he is pushing the ball in a different directions, right? So he can hit the ball in different direction means application of the force can change the direction of motion. Similarly, in a football, you will kick the football in a different directions. So kicking is an example of application of force, is an example for pushing, right? So now let us see. So this effect normally it will be in our daily life. So force can change the shape of an object. Shape of an object. Yes, it can change the shape of an object. You hold an empty bottle and you open that cap of that empty bottle and try to press it. So obviously its shapes will changes. Similarly, you take a piece of paper, so which is in a rectangular shape, and you squeeze that paper, it will change its shape of it. Similarly, suppose a baker uses a force on his dough to shape it into a curry puff dough. You can every day when your mother is cooking the food, so she will take the dough and she will take into different pieces. That means they will make first normally the spear, then they will make a circle and they will do the roti. Similarly, if you take a rubber band, so rubber band when you stretch it, it changes its shape. When you leave, it comes to its normal position. That means when you're stretching, you have to apply the force, right? So that means when you're stretching, you are applying the force and changing the shape of the rubber band, right? So now we discussed the force can change the shape of an object, force can change uh, the direction of motion, force can change the speed of an object. Let me recall whatever we studied. A force may make an object to move from rest, right? It can make an object to move from rest. So when the object is, if you keep the ball and if you kick it, when you're keeping the ball, it is at rest. If you kick, it will move. It means you can move an object from the state of rest. May change the speed of an object if it is moving. So if the object is already in motion, if you apply force on it, it obviously moves with a greater speed. May change the direction of an object. Yes, it can change the direction of object. May bring about the change in shape of an object. Yes, it can bring the change in state of an object. May cause some or all of these effects. Yes, it can cause any one or all of this. For example, when the footballer is kicking the football, when he kicks the football, because of its high force, because of its greater force, if he kicks, so football will squeeze, little squeeze. That means it changes its shape. Then it moves with a different direction, or it moves with a different speed also. Means it is a three or more effects is acting on the football. The force can change the shape of an object at a time. It can change the speed. It can change the direction. Right. So now we've discussed all this thing, and based on this, I have listed out some the homework questions. The first one is a blacksmith hammers a hot piece of iron while making a tool. How does a force due to hammering affects the piece of iron? So you have to answer it. When a football is kicked, its shape changes for a fraction of a second. This is because a force changes the shape of an object. Force does not change the shape of an object. Momentum changes the shape of an object. Motion changes the shape of an object. The third one, solve the textbook exercise questions 4 and 5. Okay. So this is the today's